Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of long division. This is standard 4.4F in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 27 of the 2024 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So, Calvin Drive, so we got this big number here, 1,924 over 4 days. And take a look at this clue right here. He drives the same number of miles each day. So that means we are dealing with equal groups. Each of those days have the same number of miles. And anytime we see any language that tries to tell us that we're dealing with equal groups, it means we are either going to multiply or we are going to divide. How many miles does Calvin drive each day? Well, let's draw a strip diagram to kind of help us figure this out. So he drives this many miles. That's my total. So I'm just going to put 1,924. That's my total. I know that we've got 4 days, so I can break this up into 4 parts underneath it. So I'll cut it in half, and then I'll cut each half in half. So those are 4 equal groups. The question is how much does he drive in each day? Well, hopefully when we look at it like this makes me think, all right, we need to divide. But that's a pretty big division problem. It's going to be 4 divided into 1,924. Now, when I'm copying this in there, I'm not going to copy in the comma just because sometimes if you're not paying attention, it might look like an extra 1. So I like to keep that comma out. And let's get our steps here. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? That's how I keep track of this. So I want to divide, then multiply, then subtract, then check, and then bring down. All right, so let's start this first one with black. All right, so we're going to divide. Does 4 go into 1? No, it does not. So now we look at the first 2 digits. Does 4 go into 19? Yes, it does. Almost 5 times. It only divides 4 times evenly. So we divide 4 into 19 4 times. Now we're going to ignore the 24 right now. The 2 and the 4 don't exist. We're just dealing with 4 into 19. 4 times 4 is 16. So we multiply. Then we subtract 19 minus 16, 3. Now here's the check. We need to make sure that this difference here, this 3, is smaller than our divisor. If it's equal or larger, we didn't divide correctly. So 3 is smaller than 4. We're good to go. So we bring down one number at a time. And let's change colors there. We're going to bring down the 2. And we're going to start all over again. So 4 divides into 32. That's going to be 8 times. And you should know 8 times 4 is 32. So when we subtract, nothing's going to be left. 0 is definitely smaller. So we are going to bring down this 4 now. And do it one more time. 4 divides into 0, 4, which is 4 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. We subtract 0, 0 is smaller than 4. There's nothing left to bring down, which means that would be our remainder if there was anything, but there's not. It's just 481, which I see that right there. So let's double check. Remember, multiplication and division are inverse operations, right? You can use one to get to the other if you do the opposite. So I want to multiply 481 times 4. It should equal this. So 1 times 4 is going to be 4. 4 times 8 is 32. And 4 times 4 is 16. Add that 3 back in, 1924. And that's what I started with. All right, so each day was 481 miles. My answer is going to be C.